Okay, intuition. So to continue part two about intuition, I was saying that even though we can't really define intuition, we intuitively know what it is. So it's a knowing something without really knowing how we know it or why we know it or how we came to that. And everybody has it, but not everybody is tuned into it. So the Huffington Post had an article, the 10 things highly intuitive people do differently. So I'm going to list those 10 things. Number 1, we don't dismiss or ignore it. We listen to it and we follow its guidance. Number 2, we take time for solitude. Intuitive people are usually introverts. And so solitude allows us to tune in and hear that still small voice within more easily. Number 3, we create. Creativity is really an intuitive process. I think so anyway. It's how I create. It's just really an organic, intuitive process. So whether I'm writing a song or I'm planting a garden or making curtains or cooking or whatever, I'm just going with the intuitive flow without much thinking at all. So I just go with the intuition flow. Because, overthinking, I think, stifles creativity. And certainly it stifles intuition. So I can't tell you how many times I've just come up with art projects, logos, titles for podcasts or articles or whatever, intuitively. It just comes to me and through me seemingly out of nowhere. And it's just like, it's perfect. It's such a beautiful thing when it happens, and more and more it's happening. So the more in the flow and open I am, and the more that I'm not trying to really push it or trying too hard to create something, the easier and more quickly it appears. And it's just effortless, and it's really beautiful, like I said. Number 4, we practice mindfulness. We pay attention to our current experience, like what's happening now, in the present moment, without judging it, without labeling something, without labeling it as good or bad or whatever. It's just like really being mindful and impartially, consciously observing. And, which brings me to number 5, we observe everything. So like even the smallest things, even the smallest details, we notice. We notice, certainly I notice synchronicity. Synchronicity is just happening all the time. It's like I'm in a sea of synchronicity, I say. So, and connecting the dots. And so when we're doing this, it actually increases the synchronicity. It increases the intuition. So like it feeds off one another. Number 6, we listen to our bodies. We tune in and we listen to what it's telling us. For example, what some call gut feelings. And the stomach is the second brain of the physical body, so that makes sense. And our body definitely communicates with us if we're paying attention to it. And intuition can actually cause physical sensations in the body. So it's like, pay attention. Hello, wake up, I'm trying to tell you something. Number 7, we connect deeply with others. And I call that empathy. And I'm an empath, and I'm sure that many of you are as well. It can be like mind reading, right? So like in psychology, quote, mind readings is called empathetic accuracy. And that's defined as the seemingly magical ability to map someone's mental terrain from their words, emotions, and body language. Empathetic accuracy. So we as empaths we actually feel what others are feeling as if we're the other person that we're observing. So it's just like watching something happen to someone, whether it's in person or on TV or somewhere else, we experience it ourselves, or we certainly can. And that makes sense because it's all connected, and we are all connected, obviously. And like I say, we're connected with the one empathetic fiber, or an empathetic fiber called one. It just connects all of us and everything. Number 8, we pay attention to our dreams. So dreams are a way to receive information from the unconscious part of our brain, from ourselves. It's a good way to know ourselves better. Number 9, we enjoy plenty of downtime. So it's the opposite of chronic busyness. Stillness, alone time, rest, relaxation. We could be staring at the sky or the stars. And it's a way to really keep the intuition flowing, to stay open. Number 10, we mindfully let go of negative emotions. Those strong emotions, especially, quote, negative ones, can cloud the intuition. Emotions like anger or depression, fear, can block intuition. Acceptance and allowance of all, really. And allowance is letting go of what Lester Levinson used to call egg flap: apathy, grief, fear, lust, anger, pride, and really any other, quote, negative thought, feeling, or emotion. I mean, obviously stuff happens, and when stuff happens, we feel it, we acknowledge it, we accept it. It's a big one, we accept it. But we don't hang on to it. We let it go. We let it go and flow. Let it go and flow, baby. Keeping the intuition going and flowing. So that's the 10 things highly intuitive people do differently, according to the Huffington Post article. Oh, so you guys, hey, you know what? I'm on Twitter. Been on Twitter for quite a while, but I'm on Twitter, and my Twitter name is @PlanetMu, PLANETMU, Planet Moo. So if you guys follow me, if you're on Twitter, you will get notifications, because I'm going to start doing scopes, what's called scopes, on Periscope, on this Periscope Twitter app. If you have that, you can download it for free, actually, Periscope. I'm going to be doing scopes. I'm not sure when I'm going to start doing that exactly, but pretty soon. So if you have any topic ideas or anything that you'd like to listen to, either here on MooTube or as a scope, just go ahead and put it in a comment below. That would be really great. I'd appreciate that. And I want to thank you for sharing this space with me. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for subscribing to MooTube. And until next time, I wish you much peace and many, many, many blessings.